Hey there! Today we'll be covering this pen, and this pen is a Kaweco Sport, and we have covered Kaweco Sports before in all kinds of materials and um, not shapes because they're all shaped the same, but this one is special because it's a brown one, and this is a limited production, so this will only be available for a limited amount of time. This was sent to me by Frank from Fontoplumo, fontoplumo.nl. So if you want one, you can go to his website, check it out. I'm going to cover this pen, and I'll do a writing sample, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. But I have covered Kaweco Sports before, so if you really want more information, I think it's best if you check out my original Kaweco Sport review, because I talk about it a bit more there. Simple pens, but nice pens. Very small, very portable. They disappear in your hand. You can put them in your pocket of your pants, etc. Let's talk about the parts of this pen. The finial, I've always loved this. It's the Kaweco logo. It can be a little hard to see, but it has Kaweco on there. I think it's very cool. The Kaweco brand was in business for quite a while, disappeared and was resuscitated by a pen lover. Okay, we have the cap. This is a plastic material, so it's not a fancy metal or anything. It has Kaweco Sport on there. Then at the end you have this little ribbed bit which holds the cap in place, which is a good thing because unposted I cannot really use this pen. It's very small, disappears in my hand. But when you post it, you get a decently sized pen. I think that's the appeal of these pens. It can be fed by cartridges, standard international cartridges. You get one when you buy it. There is a Kaweco squeeze filler, which is a converter with a little sac in it, a bar you depress. Those hold very little ink, so if you want to use those, I recommend taking a syringe, drawing up ink, and squirting it into the converter. That then you utilize the capacity better than by trying to suck up ink. And the third thing you can do is just take an eyedropper and fill the whole barrel. It's plastic. There are no second bits. It's made of one bit of plastic, so it's completely watertight. Put it in, put a bit of silicone grease on the threads. It's a long section, so there shouldn't really be any leakage, and you put it back in. If you have a clear model, ink can get stuck between the inside of the section and the outside of the nib collar, and as you cannot really remove those, the nib collars, you can pull out the nib and feed like this, but you can't really remove the collars, and as a result of that, you will see it. But of course, this is a brown model, and you don't see anything, so that should not really be an issue. The nibs are available in extra fine, fine, medium, broad. I don't know if they're available on this limited edition in all those nibs, but as they are interchangeable, you can just get an extra nib unit for a couple of euros and put it on there. These are steel nibs. This is the medium, and this is it's 23 karat gold plated, which doesn't really do anything for the writing experience, but it does look nice. Okay, I like these pens. Simple section, comfortable to hold. There are threads. I find the threads on the sharp side, but they don't really bother me because the section is very mildly hourglass shaped and pleasant to hold. The nibs are simple. They are steel. They are not very flexible. They're pretty rigid, but I'm yet to see a really terrible Kaweco nib. My experience with them has been very good. So there you have it. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? I like the small size. Very portable, pretty rugged, especially I think the aluminum models, but the plastic too. It's not something that will crack by just looking at it, which is a good thing in pens. Nice, portable, throw it in your backpack, throw it in your pocket even, it doesn't really matter. You can get a clip for it separately, so if you don't like the clip, you can just take it off. You have to buy it separately, so it's actually an active choice you have to make. I like that idea. I like the fact that you can convert it to an eyedropper filled pen, because then you really have a lot of ink, and the nibs write well, so all that's very cool. Things I don't like about it. Well, it is a smaller pen. That is not for everyone. I mean, you really have to post it to be able to use it comfortably. At least I do, although some people can probably use it unposted. There's a cat moving around on me here. That's why I was looking down to see what was going on there. So that's something that's not necessarily for everyone. The size, it's smaller. I think they're a lot of fun. Final thing I will say is, especially the sport models. These models feel very plasticky. It doesn't necessarily feel like a really high-end pen. It's not celluloid, it's not something like that. It's plastic. On the other hand, they're not priced like celluloid pens either. Very affordable, especially the normal non-limited edition models. And they're fun pens. Very portable, and I love that about them. Okay, thanks again to Frank for sending me this pen. I enjoyed it, I appreciate it. I hope this was useful. Let's do a writing sample. That's what's coming up next, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye. Okay, writing with this Kaweco Sport. It is a medium nib, and this is that limited production run brown. The ink is just black. This is Kaweco black cartridge. Pardon me. Nice, smooth writing experience. This is not an extremely fancy nib. It's just a medium, but it's not bad. It's smooth and pleasant. Let's see what it does in fast writing. You can see it pretty much runs dry completely, which is interesting. I'm going to prime the feed a little bit there. There we go. Bear in mind, this is very smooth paper. Okay, wetness. Once the ink flow is going, I would say it's pretty wet. Line variation. You can actually get some, which is interesting, because these are not marketed as flex pens, and they shouldn't be really treated as flex pens, I think, but I find that an interesting amount of line variation to squeeze out of a pen like this, and the nibs, the tines are now not at all sprung or anything, so it can handle a bit of pressure. I think that's very fascinating. Okay, now reverse writing. This is smooth. You can see it's going to run dry, but one or two words you can probably get away with and get a finer line. Okay. Frank, thanks a lot for sending me this pen. I enjoy it. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.